Oh, that's right, it started. This is my very first live video. I'm completely confused because there's all the instructions like half in French, half in English. I don't know quite what I'm doing and I'm a wee bit tired, so bear with me. The reason I decided to go for live is because my computer is just playing up as far as memory goes, so I don't seem to be able to, that's better, be able to record anything. Oh god, it's like things are popping up, it's really weird. I'm such a novice. Anyway, I said I would talk about the Mandela effect, and that is what I want to talk about because I discovered it a couple of weeks ago. It was like a bomb was dropped on my head almost. I went into panic mode because I thought, this is not possible. This is not possible. I actually had the physical proof between my hands that it was real. I mean, it's one thing to see things on the internet, either written or audio proof that something is going on. That there are two versions of reality, really. Oh god, I hate these things keep popping up. It's so distracting. Ugh. So yeah, there is this. It's one thing to see on the internet this proof that there are two versions of reality. But it's quite another to hold something in your hand that you've had for quite some time, and that is telling you the same thing. I went into panic mode. I felt like 5 years ago when I first started actually paying attention to the fact that there's something terribly wrong with this world. And what is it? And what's going on? And why is it? You know, asking all those questions. I mean, people call that waking up. I don't really like that term, to be honest, but I don't decide those things. Oh. Excuse me, drinking my coffee. But yeah, I felt really panicked. Because I think we all go through that phase when we do wake up, of thinking that there's this all-powerful entity behind everything. I'm not talking about a god, I'm talking about what some would call the Illuminati, or the elite, or the powers that be. That's what I'm talking about. And my husband is actually at that stage now, funnily enough. He is like, you feel hopeless, you feel helpless, you think that, we're all doomed. But what I try to tell my husband, although he wouldn't listen, is that there is a lot of controlled opposition out there. They chuck out a lot of red herrings and they try and throw us off the true scent. I think that could be, yes, I got to move that. Okay, getting the hang of this. So yeah, there's a lot of red herrings. They're trying to throw us off the true scent of what is going on. They're trying to muddle us. They're trying to confuse us. They're trying to make us scared. They're trying to divide us. They're just trying to basically mess with us and screw us over. Simple as. So they can control us, so they can manipulate us, so they can use us. Because for them, we're just cattle. We're just resources to be used. Humans mean nothing to them, basically. Hence why a lot of people doubt these people are even human. But that could be a topic for another video. And I'm not saying they're lizards, so don't you go lizard man on me. Or E.T. or whatever. I have a whole other theory. And I've actually spoken about it in different videos I've done, I think. But anyway, that's completely off topic. I'm talking about the Mandela effect And the link to really waking people up. I mean, somebody even mentioned that this Mandela effect will and is waking people up to things aren't right with the world. We're having something or somebody interfere with things, and it's not good for us. I mean, that I've known for quite some time, but I got this really strong feeling the other day. It was about 2 or 3 days before I actually found out about the Mandela effect, and I was talking with a friend, and she had the same experience as me. Several things were up. One of them was people acting out of character, and she felt that she was among those people acting out of character. You think you know people, you've known them for a few years, something happens, you go, oh God, I know exactly how this person's going to react to this, and then they don't. For the first time ever, they react differently. And in my case, it was in my favour, actually. It was a good thing. I'm like, what is this, like the universe looking out for me or what? Because, the only experience I have of really acting out of character is when I leave the wheel to the universe. It's like, oh God, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know the way out. Universe, you take the wheel. I'm just going to sit back and go with the flow. And when I've done that, I've acted out of character. It is literally like the universe took control of my body. I know that sounds really creepy. But, just for small things, like when I met my husband a week before, that's where I was at. I was like, right, time to go with the flow for a bit and see what happens. A week later, I found myself signing up to a dating site, an online dating site. I'm like, what? Online dating sites, that's for losers. And within 3 hours, I'd met my husband, which was really strange. And 2.5 years later, here we are, still together, only just, but no. He is awakening as well, so that's pretty cool. He's not at the same stage as me, and he's bloody stubborn, and more so than me. And no, it's funny, sometimes I think, okay, he's 15 years older than me, but in another life, perhaps I was his mother. And in a way, I'm further along that path than he is right now. I've got to the stage where I realise that there is controlled opposition. I realise that that those who control the world aren't as powerful as they'd like us to believe. I've come to that realisation, and there we are. And the Mandela effect, there is a theory, actually, coming back to that, there is a theory out there that kind of ties into that, and also ties into another thing. Well, actually, the Mandela effect is just an aspect of that. It's the two versions of reality, the differing memories, and proof of that. And then there is the whole explanation of it being merging timelines. I think that really answers a lot, because as I said, people acting out of character. And in fact, I'm one of those people, and I think we're pretty common, who actually feel other people somehow. I recognise people's energy, their vibe, if you like, that they're giving up. Like if you know who's walked in the room behind you before you even turn around. Not you haven't heard their voice or anything, you just know who it is, you just feel it. Like when the phone rings, you know who it is before you even looked. That kind of thing. You recognise people's vibes. I'm like that. And I've found some people's vibes, not everybody's, and not all the time either, which is really weird. Sometimes their vibes are completely different, and it's like I don't know these people at all. And it's very unnerving, it's very disorientating, actually. And I was complaining about that to my friend, and she felt, the same way. And she said, and I agree, I don't know who said it first, but that it was like there was some kind of natural process going on and it was being interfered with, like some kind of struggle between nature and some unnatural force. I even compared it to giving birth and somebody trying to shove the baby back in. Well, that baby's going to come out whatever. Nature will always win. So, in the long run, I'm confident. And I'm not like my husband who's like, oh, World War III is going to come soon. And it's going to be a nuclear war and the planet's just going to go boom and that's going to be it. Yeah, right. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I know I sound crazy for believing in alternate timelines, but it really does explain it. And I've heard a lot of talk about, I know that the bloody fucking elite or powers that be, I prefer powers that be actually, because elite, what, that implies that they're better than us? No, they're not. I won't go into that. I won't go into insulting them, and that was my stomach grumbling. I need to go and buy some food. But here I am talking to you, or to no one I don't even know, because I'm not even on the YouTube interface here. I don't even know if... Yes, I think this is streaming. I presume it is. But anyway, if anybody is watching or commenting, I can't actually see that right now. I've got to figure that out. So I will do it. Perhaps I'll do another live one in a few weeks' time, and I will figure that out before. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the timelines. And it makes sense, you see, that if two timelines were merging, two versions of each and every one of us would be merging, and it ties in with all the residual things, like some of the residual proofs of another reality. Is this CERN doing this? Is this been done by accident or on purpose? I don't know, but there is a theory that is out there that I heard that I think is actually pretty cool. I don't know how much I actually believe it. I like it, so I'm going to share it. And it is that what has been happening, actually, and they're saying it's CERN that is doing this. The powers that be are using CERN to sort of jump ship into another artificial, created timeline every time they think the shite is going to hit the fan for them. In other words, every time we start getting wise to them too much, they just go into another reality. And I'm guessing they kind of tweak it a bit each time. I'm guessing, it's trial and error, because life is a bit like that, isn't it? It's trial and error, only they're cheating. It's like in a video game, when you save, you do something, you mess up and you die, so you go back to your last save and you go, right, I'm going to do it differently this time. That's what it's like. Or like Groundhog Day as well, I suppose you could say it's a bit like Groundhog Day, doing it again and again and again until you get it right, because that can happen as well in a video game. So you could use the same metaphor, I suppose. But yeah. And so what's happening now, apparently, according to this theory, I don't know who it's from either. This is like a third-hand theory, but I liked it, so that's why I'm sharing it. Because they're messing with nature and they're trying to break the rules, it's no longer working. It's got to a point where all these realities that they're making, they're trying to open up, are just collapsing. So it's like timelines are merging. Each time they try and make a new timeline, it just merges with this one. And I guess that would explain why there are waves of people getting wise to this Mandela effect. That would explain why there are waves of residue as well. Because apparently, as far as I've heard, because I've only been aware of this Mandela effect thing for a couple of weeks now. But as far as I've heard, it comes in waves. Like, first of all, it was modern history. Then it was popular culture. Then there was a load of things in the Bible. You know? Really, really odd, you know? And I think it was Lisa Harrison was saying that she's noticed that there have been waves of people waking up to it as well, getting wise to this, which is really curious as well. And that would explain if they were desperately trying to open up new timelines and each time it failed. And apparently, you know, it ties in with CERN. I don't know, perhaps. Yeah, why not? I'm not, you know, knowledgeable enough about that sort of thing to be able to really have a valid opinion, I guess. But as far as I've heard, you know, they do keep firing up CERN, and these when they fire up CERN, that sort of corresponds to when people sort of get wise to this. So, but that's only circumstantial evidence. That's the thing. It's only circumstantial evidence, so I don't know. I really don't know. Oh well. Oh, and up there I can see nobody's watching me. And I don't know how much time I've got left either. I don't know how long I've been talking for. It doesn't say. But yeah, I think I've said quite a bit of what I wanted to say. Yeah, I guess the long and short of it is that something's going on, and although I find it very unnerving, because it really is in your face. I mean, it was a huge thing when I found out about it. When I saw that DVD with those 2 titles on it, I was just flabbergasted. I thought, this can't be happening. In theory, yes, okay, these theories are well and good, but this can't be real. It was just, it was overwhelming. And yet my husband doesn't seem to find it that important. Reality is being changed, or they're trying to change it, and yet that's not important. Even when I say to him, you know, there is controlled opposition, he's like, no controlled opposition. Oh, silly old man. I love him, but he's a silly old man. Maybe I'm a silly old woman, who knows? But yeah, the Mandela effect really is an eye-opener, a game changer. I kind of like that theory, you know, I really do, that, you know, they were flipping timelines, and we wouldn't know about it if it was successful. If they shifted timelines and it was successful, we wouldn't know about that. You see, it's because it's failing now, it's not working, that these timelines are sort of merging, and they're like blips in the matrix kind of thing. It's really fascinating. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because nobody's watching. Maybe I will figure out how to announce this, how to have the comments up at the same time so that there can be an interaction, because that's really something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, is some kind of more interactive thing on YouTube. I don't know, talking, you know, round table discussion kind of things. Having a chat with some of my wiser, more interesting friends, having discussions. I'd love to do one with my bestie at some point. We're going to try and make this happen. But yeah, if anyone online is interested, I know I've got on YouTube, I mean, I know there's a couple of really nice people that I've met through, well, not really met, but I've had some contact with through YouTube, and I know some of them do live things through Google Plus. Perhaps you would like to contact me and explain things to me a bit on the technicalities, because I would really love to do that. I've realised that I've been neglecting things that I like that lately. Been getting too sucked up into my everyday life and not really talking to people about what's going on and about... I just want some decent fucking conversation, basically. That's what it boils down to, ladies and gents. I just want some intelligent conversation about something that's really interesting, and with people who don't even have a box, let alone thinking outside it. They chuck the box away, like me. And my hair, yeah, in case you haven't noticed, my hair is annoying me. And the image is inversed, and it's just like, I can see myself. Yeah, so I'm making a fool of myself. I think I drank too much coffee. I might have to stop drinking coffee. But yeah, so let me know if you're interested in doing something sort of like... I'm going to try, as I said, I'm going to try and figure out this whole live streaming thing. I'm going to try and get it so that I can get the comments up. I'm going to try and get it so that I can actually put out that, in advance. I think I've figured out how to do an advance notice that I'm going to be doing a live event. And I think I could probably figure out how to get the comments up at the same time. But that is all for now. So, thanks for listening. Because this, you obviously, if anybody does watch this, it's going to be the recorded version, because there's nobody viewing now. Then it was kind of like a spontaneous thing. So, anywho, I will try my best to figure all of this out. And if anybody can give me any advice on the technicalities of this and help me, that would be wonderful. If you want to talk to me about the Mandela effect or your theories on alternate timelines, realities, CERN, whatever, feel free. Anyway, that's that for now, and now I'm going to figure out how to stop this thing. I don't know if it's automatic or what. Where is the stop button? Is there any stop button? How do you do this? I think you just gotta click on that. Yes, that's the one. Yes.